Hello everyone, this is Direwolf20, and welcome to episode 4 of MCEternal, where today I want to show you what I found. Dynamic Surroundings is the mod that adds a lot of cool sound effects, but there were a few that were just getting to me, so I wanted to figure out where to turn them off, and I found it. You can go into the config options here, sound options. I turned off crafting sounds and equip sound. So if you guys are checking out this pack and you're curious where some of these sounds are coming from, some of them are coming from dynamic sounds. There's also, I think, ambient sounds as a config, and you can mess with some of the sounds in there as well. That's a different mod that adds some sound effects. But, you know, I've gotten to the point where crafting, the sounds of silence, no longer makes a noise. That's cool by me. You know, I do like some of the sound effects, don't get me wrong. There were just a few where I was like, I might want to turn that one off. So I did. So between episodes, obviously, we've let a lot of operations happen here. So I've got a lot of ores processed, which is cool. Galena dust, by the way, from Tech Reborn does not have a smelting recipe. You can industrial blast furnace that into silver and lead, or you can industrial electrolyze it into silver, lead, and sulfur, and that's about all she wrote. So we're going to remove Galena from the list of things that I place into this storage crate because, yeah, we don't need that. And at this point, we're getting low on charcoal, so I might as well fill that dude up. I did not mine between episodes as I promised to because I don't have a good excuse for that. I'm a bad person and I should feel bad about it. But what I would like to do today, if possible, is maybe work on a flux bore so I can mine between episodes and not worry so much. Like the void mining thing, or the mining that we looked at, that was cool. Another thing I might want to look at is electrobobs. Is that a thing? Oh yeah, new handbook section. Woohoo. Electroblobs, flowers. I mean, I want to look at that mod a little bit. I'm not familiar with it. Maybe we could play with that a little bit today. I want to definitely... Hello, sounds. I definitely want to have a combination of doing stuff that I normally do, right? Like all the automation and things that you guys know Direwolf 4 will happen in this pack, right? Ha! Little thieves. Look at him. He's stealing stuff. Little thieves. Bad idea to be... I guess being near... Yeah, that's right. You get out of here. I guess being near a desert biome is a bad thing. Though I think there's like... There might be like turrets and stuff in this pack, aren't there? Yeah, there are. Open modular turrets is in the pack. So I could have like a base defense thing from these little dudes who like to come in and steal my stuff. I think that would be fun. But yeah, so what I was saying is I definitely want to have, you know, some recognizable things from Direwolf 20, right? We definitely want to have things where you're like, oh yeah, there's Dire being Dire. And then in addition to that, we'll definitely have a few new things. So maybe we can take a quick look at a mod that I've never really played with, and that's Electrobobs. So, Electrobobs. This is me on the fly deciding I'm going to look at this. Wizardry. Electrobobs Wizardry. So there's like all kinds of stuff in this. It's like it's a magic-based mod. There's wands and spells and baubles and, I mean, wizard hats. That sounds pretty cool. Let's check it out. Alright guys, so to get started in here we're going to need a book. So let's get some sugarcane. And is Snad a thing? It is not. Aw. No Snad. No cheaty Snad farms for me. No timer-based insta-growth of cactus and sugar. Womp womp womp. Oh well, we'll live. We shall live indeed. So let's, what I'm going to do is just grab a little bit of sugarcane here. Hey, what's up, dude? Who are you? Why did you jump at my head? I don't know what that was. Cool looking, but no idea what it was. What I'm going to do is get a little bit of sugarcane going on. I don't know where I want that to live. Maybe over here would be fine. Not that this is the best place in the world for a little sugarcane farm, but I'll at least get 3 sugarcane planted, and then we have at least a little bit of sugarcane going, and the remaining sugarcane will turn into our thing. So as much as it hurts to use some string for this, I think it's kind of my only option. So let's make a book with the Tinker's Way. which should be cool. And then I can combine that to make Electrobob's Wizard's Handbook. Now I need some kind of magic crystal, and I think I've found some of those. Oh yeah, I have. Underground, we found a bunch of those. So that's cool. And we've got the Electrobob's Wizard Handbook. So let's check out this book, The Wizard's Handbook by Electrobob. What's up, Electrobob? Greetings, Wizard! This book explains the many ways of the arcane and how to use them. This is no ordinary book, though. Its pages will materialize before you as you discover more about the magical world. Use the arrow buttons to turn the pages and the double arrow buttons to quickly flip between sections. Use the central menu button to return to the main contents page. Click on any purple link text to jump straight to the relevant page. Right-click the bookmark to move it to the current page, and left-click to return to the bookmarked page. Neat. That's cool. So I'm guessing this is your menu button. So contents. Ooh, yeah, hello, contents. Setting up. Yeah, I guess that's sweet. That's cool. So that's your menu page, right? Right-click the bookmark to move it here, and then left-click the bookmark to get back. But this is the menu, so there's no point in bookmarking the menu. That's cool. All right, setting up. To get started with Wizardry, you will need a magic wand crafted to show. Oh, that's easy enough. All right, so just get me a little golden nugget, and we can make a wand, right? Ta-da! Magic wand complete. Oh, look at that cool little thing on the bottom left. That is nice. That is fancy. All right. Cool. So that's setting up an arcane workbench crafted like so. I guess that needs to be purple carpet because I don't see it flickering. Oh, and a lapis block. Ooh, and smooth stone. So that's a thing. We're gonna have to do something about that. So let me go get lapis, and purple also requires lapis. And the rest of that shouldn't be too bad. I just need to find lapis, and then we should be cool, right? Let's trash this thing. And hey, I'm completing quests by mistake here, which is always a nice time. So what are these crystal flowers? Oh, they get me magic crystals as well. Nice. I can buy those. I wonder if there's a way to... like, grow those more. For now, I'm going to stick those in the small storage crate with plants. And we need lapis, but look, quests are happening. Magic and spellcasting. Hey, cool, look at that. We started the magic and spell. So the Wizard's Handbook, we get that. Oh, and we get a spell book for this. Well, that's handy. There's 3 different spell books. I don't know which one to choose. I don't know. I don't know the answer to that question yet. Let's find out. Crystal flowers, defensive spells, healing spells, offensive spells, even utility spells. We have it all. Hey, I got a spell book. Cool. Out of that reward crate thingy. Okay. That's cool. I had to figure out how to cast spells, I guess. Magic Crystal Shard is the next quest. And then you want me to make a magic wand and the arcane workbench. Okay. And wizard armor. So magic crystal shard is just this. So let's make one of those just so we can complete the quest and see if the quest gets us anything we want. I'm guessing this was maybe at one point used. Oh, that's cool. That makes a small mana flask. Okay. Okay. So there's that quest reward. You will get me a loot reward, mining TNT. I'm just gonna put that into place. I don't want TNT I don't want TNT period. No, thank you. Okay, and then quest-wise, making the arcane workbench is the next task for me. So we're going to definitely want that. We can buy it from the shop, but I think what I'd rather do is just go find some lapis underground real quick, and we will be back in a minute. All right, so I found lapis finally, and ironically, the moment I found lapis, my pickaxe broke. So I had to go up and make a new pickaxe, and now we have lapis. Hopefully enough. 36, that should be enough. Both for a time in a bottle. Oh, I just slashed home, so I couldn't do it again. Killing me. Hopefully both for a time in a bottle and what we need from Electrobob. Creepy sounds are creepy. What is this noise out here? Do I even want to know? What is... what? The what? Oh my, hello, and the vampire. Hey, buddy. How about I use my good weapon? Merc. Curious Skull Crusher Jailer. I don't know what that means, but it sounds bad. Got you, though. Got you! I guess this weapon doesn't count as a magical attack. Alright, alright. We're cool. We're cool. What did I get book-wise? Sweeping Edge. Sweet. I noticed when, there's a couple mobs that have, like, unique names that are, like, yellow or red or something like that, and when you kill them, you tend to get enchanted books. That's why I have a few of these enchanted books. I got those all from random dudes that I killed. Neat. Neat! Alright, so now I should be able to make my arcane workbench, right? I've got this dude. I might have a red flower. I might not. I could probably go find one, though. Is it daytime-ish? It's getting there. So what kind of creeper were you again? A blue one? Rocket creeper. What? Oh my goodness, that was hilarious. That was awesome. I also noticed it's foggy out. Like, there's different types of fog going on. It's kind of cool. I don't know if it's just because it's morning or what the deal is, but there's definitely some fogginess. Lots of ambiance in this pack. A lot of ambiance is going on in this pack. And yeah, that was a hilarious creeper. I guess he rockets up into the air and then lands down on top of you. Today we learned what a rocket creeper does. And I'm now concerned about how many different types of creepers there are in this pack. Only Minecraft, right? Only Minecraft. My tomb disappears. Alright, so no red flowers outside. However, I do have bone meal. Hey, a red flower. Yay! No Minecraft mechanics. For the win. Why don't I pulverize this dude? Just to get myself a little extra by way of red dye. Okay. And then the other thing I'm going to need is purple carpet, which doesn't sound fun to me because it means using 2 wool, of which I have none. I have 7 string. That's short 1 string for a piece of wool. Now I think if I really wanted to cheese it, I think I can do this to get a little bit of string. Hey, that's nice. If I got some more sisal, what is that? That is what? How do I get more sisal? I could get sisal seeds and I can plant these guys. I think that's probably a good idea. Why don't I do that? Why don't we add whatever sisal is to our little farm that we got going on over here. You know what else I'm going to do? This, and wow, I've got no cobblestone on me. Dire, please. How am I never out of cobblestone? Except at this moment. What I'm going to do is I'm going to hoe up some grass. Grass that will eventually grow back. There we go, that's what I'm looking for. Worm goes here, and that'll help that guy grow a little bit. And hey, I got an extra worm, so that's exciting. Sweet. Okay. So now I've got enough string to make the 2 wool that I need for the carpet, and hopefully we'll have more string in the future that I can use to make a bed. Because that's still a thing I don't have as of episode 4. Now, hopefully you guys are such that you can do this. That's purple wool carpet, and that would be an arcane workbench. Once I smelt up a few pieces of smooth stone, get myself some gold nuggets, and was there anything else in particular I needed? A couple more of these guys. Or no, wait, didn't I have a bunch of those? Ah, I put them away. All right, cool. All right, easy peasy. Smelting complete. Arcane workbench complete. Hooray! Oh boy, that's a lot of handbook sections unlocked. Ooh, fancy. I like it. Cool. Alright, so Wizard's Handbook. Like I said, I played with this mod a little bit. Not much. Alright, so we got the Arcane Workbench, right? Which, by the way, completes a quest for us. So we should probably pay attention to A, keeping our inventory organized, and B, handing in quest rewards. Sounds like a good time to me. So let's get that, because I'm suspecting it's possible that what we're going to find is that by handing in these rewards, we get something. Crystal flower. Cool. We got 10 crystal flowers. That's cool. Now you want me to get a spell book. Okay. Magic missile, I presume that's the spell book you want me to get? So let's get that string back. Let's get some more wood. Did I throw out those wood pieces that I made? I probably did, because I'm not that smart. Okay. So you're going to be another book for me. Let's go get the sugar cane that we planted earlier. Hopefully enough has grown that I get 3 more. I would call that enough grown. Cool. And then we'll just get book. Oh, that's right, I need these guys first. And now book. And now spell book of magic missile just needs 4 of these dudes. Which, I mean, if we're going to cast a spell, it's going to be magic missile. Cool. Fires a bolt of magical energy in the direction you're pointing. Now this book is all kinds of gobbledygook. Nobody knows what that says. I guess we'll figure it out. So that got me my spellbook of Magic Missile, which is cool. We can upgrade to an Apprentice Wand at some point somehow. And then there's Wizard Armor, which looks neat. Cool. Magic Silk from Electro Bobs, which is string and... Okay, cool. That doesn't look too bad, though. I think we could make some of that stuff. You are still offering me spellbooks of all gobbledygook, and I don't know what that is. So we're gonna let's read the Wizard's Handbook and figure out what's next for us, right? We have the spellbook for a beginner spell, Magic Missile. You will also need a bunch more magic crystals to supply your wand with mana. Mana is the arcane energy that gives wizards their power. It is not a physical substance in its own right. Rather, it is an ever-present aura which permeates everything in the world. In particular, it manifests itself in in naturally occurring crystals which can be found embedded in rocks underground. Wands can store mana within them, and this mana is channeled into the spells that you cast. Different spells require different amounts of mana depending on how powerful they are or how long they last. So there's the magic ore that we found underground. It is widely accepted that mana cannot be created or destroyed, and that when a spell is cast, the mana it channels is simply dissipated into the surroundings. Indeed, this is how the vast majority of mana exists, spread thinly throughout the world. However, to be of any use, it must be concentrated either naturally over thousands of years, as is the case with crystals underground, or artificially in an advanced subject not covered in this book. There also exist various ways of making spells more mana efficient and recovering some of the mana dissipated during spell casting. The wand is the implemented choice for a wizard. With it, you can cast any spell provided the wand can contain its power. See tiers. Wands come in many different varieties, but you will almost certainly start with a basic magic wand. We made that already. Most wands begin their life as a simple arrangement of a magic crystal of some sort, attached to a wooden stick with a gold nugget affixed to the other end. This crystal is, of course, the source of the wand's power, as it provides the focus necessary to channel spells. The rest of the wand is important too, though, as it provides not only a means with which to hold the wand, but also a path through which mana can be channeled and directed. As more spells are cast with the wand, it grows more effective at channeling spells and can therefore cast spells of greater power. This effect can be discerned from the subtle changes that occur in the shape of the appearance of the wand itself. As a wand grows more powerful, its crystal will become more vibrant, its color may change depending on its element, and after a while the wood from which it is made will start to grow and twist into a more complex shape. When holding a wand, a small heads-up display will show in the corner of the screen. This indicates the spell that is currently along with the pictorial representation of it. If the spell has been cast, a cooldown bar indicating the time until the cast again can happen. It also shows the names of the next and previous spells bound to the wand. To switch between the spells, use N and some other key. These can be changed in controls. You can also switch spells by scrolling the mouse wheel while sneaking, which sounds like a good time to me. When viewing an inventory, hovering over a wand will display how much wand is stored in it, along with its currently selected spell and any abilities it may have. More in-depth information can be viewed by placing it in an arcane workbench. A wand is useless without spells to cast within it. Spells are recorded in two forms, in books, which are permanent, and in scrolls, which are temporary. Spell books are of little use on their own. Instead, they are used to bind a spell they contain to wands. Spell books can be found throughout the world. We just made one, remember, and we can get a couple from quest rewards. And it will not take long for you to come across one. When you do find one, you can mouse over the spell book to see basic information about the spell at a glance. You can also right-click while holding a spell book to read more about it. Scrolls, on the other hand, serve a different purpose. Right-clicking while holding one will cast the spell that is bound to it, destroying the scroll in the process. Like spellbooks, scrolls can be found throughout the world, but you can also make them yourself. Scrolls are quite useful when you need to use a spell once or twice on a particular quest, but don't want it to take up a slot in your wand. It should be noted, however, that they are an inefficient method of casting spells. To the untrained eye, the magical runes with which spells are written are unreadable. That's my books that I can't read. In order to identify a spell, you could, of course, cast it and see what happens, though doing so may cause unwanted side effects, and many spells need certain conditions in order to work. Furthermore, there is always a chance of misreading an unknown spell when casting it, with potentially dangerous consequences depending on how powerful a spell is. A safer, more reliable option is to use a scroll of identification, which can be found in chests or purchased from a wizard. Right-clicking whilst holding one will identify the first unknown spellbook or scroll on your hotbar, consuming the scroll of identification in the process. Sweet, that's cool. All right, so the gist is we have a wand, looks like it's empty. We have a spellbook that we don't know anything about. We can get a scroll of identification to figure out what the spellbook is, or we can just try casting it and see what happens, which might be bad. And then we also have a spell that we do know, Magic Missile. Got it. Cool. All right. So now let's jump ahead to the chapter we were just on, which is here. Arcane Workbench. Binding spells, charging wands, and enchanting scrolls. All of those sound like a good time. The Arcane Workbench is a block similar in appearance to the enchantment table, where you can charge, upgrade, and bind spells to your wand. It may be crafted as follows. The following pages explain the various functions of the Arcane Workbench. To bind a spell to your wand, simply place your wand in the central slot of the workbench, then place the spellbook in one of the surrounding slots and press apply. You will notice that the spellbook is left untouched during this process. This is because the act of spell binding does not take the spell from the spellbook, rather it attunes the wand to the spell. As such, you may change the spells bound to your wand as much as you wish by simply repeating the spellbinding process. You can bind up to 5 spells to a wand at one time, though this number may increase with attunement upgrades. So let's try it. We're going to put our wand in there. Oh, fancy. Look at this. Novice to Apprentice, mana 0 out of 700. Okay. And there's 5 slots with which we can put the... Okay, cool. See those 5 slots show up? So potentially we'll have more in the future. So let's put Magic Missile in there and hit the check bar. Whoa! Did you see that cool? Look at that cool little animation. That is neat. So slot 1 is Magic Missile and the other 4 are empty. And now I can take this slot book and like put it somewhere safe, so that if I ever have to, use it other times, I can. That is cool. Oh, look at that little fanciness going on right there. See, I love, you know me, Dyer gets excited when he sees fancy things, right? Little animations, little bob and wand up and down above the thing. Super cool. And that's not hard to do technically, but it's super cool to see. All right, so that's binding the spell, right? So that's cool. Charging wand. So charge a wand, place the wand in a central slot of the Arcane Workbench, and place some magic crystals in the bottomless slot. Then press apply. Each crystal is worth 100 mana, and the wand will only take what it needs, so you can keep a supply of crystals in the workbench for when you need them. However, bear in mind that the wand can only take a whole number of crystals, so if the wand needs, for example, 30 more mana, 70 mana will be lost when charging it. Okay, fair enough. So let's see how much mana you can hold. So I stick you... Oh, 700, right? So, zoop. Sweet. So I put, like, 7 in there. It only needs 600, so it should use 6 crystals rather than all 7. Confirmed, right? Okay, cool. Sweet. And it's not using up any more crystals. Beautiful. All right. That's cool. All right. So now we know how to do that. Enchanting scrolls... to do so, you'll acquire a blank scroll, crafted from a piece of paper and some string, and then you can just go ahead and make a scroll. Easy enough. Wizard armor, we'll take a look at it in the future. Magic in the world. Crystal flowers, I want to read about these. One cannot master the arcane just by staying at home. There is a world full of magic out there to explore. Ancient ruins, relics, and mysterious beings, good and bad, await your discovery, if you know where to look. The greatest wizards are also the most curious and gain much of their knowledge and power through exploration of the environment and around them, and experimenting with what they find. Told you exploration was going to be a big part of this pack. Whilst much of the wizard's time is inevitably spent alone, the sharing of knowledge is also vital. Seek out fellow practitioners of magic and learn as much from them as you can. Communication is arguably the greatest power of all. During your travels, you will probably come across growing crystal flowers growing in the wild from time to time. These distinctive blooms are known as crystal flowers, and they are strangely effective at concentrating mana. To this day, nobody is quite sure why. We do know, however, that they can be harvested and crafted to extract the mana as crystals, making them a rather useful above-ground source of mana. The amount of mana obtained this way is limited, though, by the small size of the flowers, and due to them only growing in small patches. Cool. Okay. Unfortunately, it sounds like those are just World Gen flowers, and there's no way to make them or expand them. But that's the gist, right? Now, apparently, as we expand our magical career, this book will augment, and we will get new chapters unlocked, which is cool. So, because remember, if you look back in the video, I think some of these things were not in here a minute ago, before I made certain things. So that's cool. I want to cast Magic Missile. I cast Magic Missile. That thing, I mean, that actually did like a decent amount. This little dude's hard to hit. But that is cool. I want to cast Magic Missile on a creature that's not, you know, a quarter of a block tall. So that it's maybe easier to see how this works. I see a spider who's totally willing to give me... Let's make it so you guys can see what's happening here. So just right click. Boom. I mean, it doesn't do a ton of damage, but I'm sure it'll get better. This is a novice level spell. It's literally the very first spell that you can make. Don't expect it to be like 10,000 damage, okay? Okay? Let's be realistic with our expectations, people. That is cool, though. Should we try binding our other spell, the one that we don't know? And should we try getting one of the spell books that we also don't know? So apparently the only way to figure out what a spell book has in it is... Let's remove our death point here. Is to either try casting it or identifying it. So there's no point in waiting to collect that spell book reward. So let's grab... So this guy looks like this. Let's grab our quest reward here. Our choice reward, that's this guy, right? Yeah. This one's way longer than that one. Yeah. I don't know if it matters. I don't know if it's potential that they're the same spell and these are just randomized, or the fact that they're different texts means that they're definitely different spells. But what I'm going to do is... Let's see what happens if I do this now. Ah, cool. Alright, I guess that was... Okay, cool. I wonder if there's a way to empty the slot. Like, purposely empty it. I don't know, maybe. But that's cool. So let's go out there and, like, try and cast it. So, like, shift, scroll wheel. Discovered spell, summon zombie. That's cool! What is going on? Whatever my zombie is fighting for me is potentially scary. That is cool! I summoned a zombie, dudes! Alright, let's try casting this spell. Looks like a storm is brewing. Alright. Direwolf has made the advancement that backfired. Find out the hard way spells can go wrong. Well, it's raining. Oh, hello, what's that? Watch your step. Oh. That's cool. Look, there's lots of... Ooh, that hurt, actually. That ain't as cool as I thought it was. Hold on, that hurt a lot. Where's my baguettes? Baguettes, please. I don't want to cast this inside my base. Who knows what it's going to do? Am I right? So it looks like right-clicking this... It might be that it made it rain and that's what it was supposed to do, or that was like a negative side effect of me casting a spell I didn't know. I don't actually know what that's all about. All I know is I want to throw this in the garbage and clean up my inventory real quick. So that is actually a mob drop, so that goes in a different chest. Do I have an AE system yet? Can I have an AE system yet? Probably not. I know, I'm mostly kidding. Mostly kidding. I mean, I'm not saying I don't want one. I'm just saying I'm well aware I can't really have one yet. So now if I put the wand in here, Oh look, this little bar has moved along. So I guess as I cast spells, this progress bar will proceed, and this wand will upgrade itself. Is the way I interpreted. It's the way I interpreted the text that I just read. I would love another spider. Man, I love summon zombie. That's cool, and it's purple. I don't know what that means, but it's cool. Ah, get him, zombie! Haha, that's so cool. Look, my zombie's a Direwolf 20 zombie. Get him, buddy. Aw, you died. Try again. I mean, he has a sword and my zombie doesn't, so... Hey, look, my zombie's molten. That's awesome. Well, I guess because he's molten, he takes damage from the rain. Okay. It's still awesome. Aw. My zombie drowned. It's a rocket dude. Get him! Did I get him? Oh, my zombie's going after the creeper behind the skeleton, who gave me weakness. Thus my inability to hurt him. Can I summon another zombie? Looks like, maybe? Get him! Dude, I am liking Electro Bobs. I mean, these are like the beginning spells. I don't know how many spells there are. I have no idea. I wonder if JEI will give me a little spoiler. So, there should be a new chapter now. Magic in the world. Magical creatures. Aha! Besides wizards, a multitude of other creatures also use magic. Many of these creatures are arcane in origin, and most can be summoned using certain magical spells. One may encounter these creatures guarding an obelisk, or perhaps a powerful summoner. Lesser arcane beings are even found occasionally in the wilderness. Neat! What do you guys think of this mod? Are you excited to check out more of Electro Bobs? There's a... Wow, look at all these spell books, dude. There's a lot of spells. I am very interested. And some of them are apprentice, and some of them are advanced, and some of them are master. Sweet. So what does it mean if it's purple? Is it like a type because it's a summon? I don't know. Because these guys are novice, novice, and summon zombie is novice. So we know what that does now. Look, it tells me I know that that's summon zombie spellbook. We still don't know what this one does. All we know is it made it rain. But again, I don't know if that was a side effect or what. Hey, good, a spider. I need you. Give me string or give me death. You know what I want? Can I make a bed real quick before we wrap up this episode? Would anybody complain? I think if I bone meal those plants I planted earlier, we could have a good time. Good, I get a lot of those. Beautiful. That might be enough to make a bed. What is this creeper carrying? Oh, he's got a trumpet. Soren would love this dude. What is this thing? A rifter. Did these things come out of that rift over there? That's cool. Man, there are a lot of mods I'm not familiar with in this pack. There are just a lot. A lot of mods I ain't familiar with. Good, so that's 4 string. We've got 2. I could probably bone meal a few more bones and definitely get a bed. Give me a minute.